Australia captain Steven Smith admitted that he will have to find a slightly different way to bat after suffering a freakish blow to the hand at training. However, that is just about all Smith wants to change as the hosts chase the first of two wins that can give them a 5-0 Ashes whitewash to reprise those of 2007 and 2014. Given the runs he foresaw on the surface, Smith was more than comfortable with the prospect of England pitching short at him to target his right hand, which was already sore from slips catching before it was struck by a ricochet from a Cameron Bancroft shot in the nets on Sunday. But that soreness is enough for Smith to concede that he may need to be a more orthodox, top-handed player in this match. I hope they target my hand on this wicket. It doesn't have quite the same pace and bounce as the Worker did, so if you are bowling that length out there, it's not a bad thing, Smith said. I will still be fielding in the same spot. Maybe I will just have to use a bit more of my top hand throughout this game, a bit less wristy. It's more the back of my hand. I copped a few in the nets in Perth and a few more in the game, and it just seems to be whenever you are getting hit in a spot it just continually gets hit. Yesterday was a little bit bizarre. The ball came over the nets, I didn't see it, someone called heads, I sort of tried to put my head down and of course it hit me in the same spot. It was a little bit sore playing a few shots after that. It was a little bit sore today playing a few different shots, but I will be able to deal with it and I'll get on with it. The decision not to risk Mitchell Starc's bruised heel on Boxing Day was given further context on match eve as Smith stated how flat and unforgiving the MCG's drop in pitch appeared to be. While the surface has, in past years, been left with some moisture in it to aid bowlers in the early stages, Smith said this time it had been ready to play on for several days already. Reverse swing looms as one way to break any batting deadlock that ensues. The wicket's been pretty good, pretty flat the last few years. It looks much the same this year, Smith said in Melbourne. It was probably ready to go 3 days ago. It's a wicket that really hasn't broken up much over the last few years, it's stayed pretty good for 5 days. Hopefully, I can cash in again this week. It doesn't look like there will be great deal of sideways movement, maybe a bit of reverse swing as the game goes on. But it looks a pretty flat wicket. We have been able to get results here in the last couple of years. Hopefully we can do that again. We are going to have worked hard, first innings runs are going to be crucial again. Hopefully, we can get the ball reversing, and hopefully, there's a little bit of spin for Nat Lyon. He didn't get a great deal last game at the Worker, the ball just went straight on for pretty much everyone. So if there's a little bit of spin, it will certainly bring him into the game as well. The inclusion of Jackson Bird for Starc will offer Smith the chance to operate with a somewhat different bowling balance. The Tasmanian can deliver longer spells that in turn should allow Pat Cummins, in particular, to stay at his optimum pace in shorter bursts.